Evening, everybody. Icy here. Haven't made a video in a while, so I figure what the hell. I'll put one out. We've got a lot to talk about. First off, like I said before, I'm running for President of the United States, and if you like my videos, share them. It'd be nice to get some support. I'm not paying the damn government or anybody else to spread the word on my wanting to run. But hey, if I get it, I get it. I don't, I don't. But the main thing is I put myself out there, and that's all that matters. All right, well, let's get on to some important business. Let's start off with Hunter Biden. We know, based upon whistleblower documents, whistleblower statements, the current actions of the Department of Justice, that there is more to this story than they are letting on. And I fully believe that Hunter Biden is so into corruption up to his neck that, even a tow truck's not going to be able to pull him out of it. The guy, former member of the U.S. Navy, gets kicked out for cocaine. And then next thing you know, he's some big shot, with Burisma over in Ukraine in a field that he has no knowledge of whatsoever, making all that money. Stories of him on video, doing drugs, having sex with, and beating children in China. I never saw the video, so I'm not going to say that's just a rumor. So we'll leave it at that. But there's no way that his father, Joe Biden, doesn't know what in the hell his son is doing. I mean, his son is so far up Joe's ass that Joe can't take a crap without his son Hunter being there. I mean, think about it. When he was vice president under Obama, his son's flying with him on Air Force Two to go to China. So I don't want to hear these stories. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. As for Joe, his batch of illegal documents go back all the way when he was a senator, before he even became vice president, having classified documents in his personal possession. That right there is a violation of the law. Only the President of the United States has the right to declassify documents and take them out of the White House or into a private residence. A senator does not. Vice President does not. But we already know he's being protected by the DOJ, which begs this question. When Obama was in office, Joe Biden was his vice president. When Obama was in office, the DOJ was spying upon reporters, spying upon reporter families, targeting the Tea Party, and the Attorney General at the time, Eric Holder, he took the fall for the weapons sale to the Mexican drug cartels. And the only reason why he took the fall for it is because a U.S. border agent was killed with one of those weapons. And it was found out. So, everything seems to be pointing back to Obama. Biden was a puppet for Obama. Biden, when he was recorded on video making that statement that if the Ukrainian government did not fire that lawyer that was investigating the company that his son was working for, then they would not get the $1 billion. Well, they only had a few hours to do it. Well, Joe says, well, son of a bitch, they fired him, so they got the money. So that right there is what they call it, quid pro quo or whatever, but I don't care how you look at it, that's corrupt as shit. So, Joe, you're a piece of crap. We all know it. And I hope evidence comes out that could put you in the big house for the rest of your life. And at your age, that ain't going to be friggin' too long. You got Secretary Mayorkas refusing to secure the border, and within 2 years has allowed over 5 million illegal aliens to enter the United States. Current rumors going through unofficial government sources, including military sources, are indicating that there are Chinese troops currently within the United States. They're staged at the various Chinatowns. They're melding in, and then you had this extra batch of illegal Chinese that were caught by the border agents on the northern border and some on the southern border. So I don't know if you want to look at it this way, but I say 20,000 illegals is too many. Over 5 million, that's an invasion. That's an out and out invasion upon our country. And unless we do something to remove them and ship them all back, we might as well kiss this country goodbye. I'm too old to worry about it, but I do worry about my children and my grandchildren having to deal with this mess that has been created since 2008 with the massive number of illegals, the support for the Muslim Brotherhood, the support for terrorists around the world, the destruction of our energy independence, the preventing of our being dominant in the world. Now we are subservient in the world. These are all intentional to destroy the United States. So I want people just pay attention. Start looking into these things. Don't listen to everything that you're told on the news. And if you look it up, they say Google it. If you're going to Google it, go to the third or fourth page that Google offers, because the first 3 to 4 pages are already biased pro-Google, pro-socialist government reports. I mean, I had to go through 5 pages of Google just to find certain information on a subject which I'm not going to talk about. But needless to say, don't take the first 3 pages, 4 pages that you see on Google as face value. Scroll through 4, 5, 6 pages. See the different viewpoints, draw your own conclusions. Don't accept everything that someone else tells you. Now, we got the FBI director, what's his name, McCabe, whatever. He's backpedaling because his butt's in trouble. And then you got this, the Secretary of State, Blinken. He goes to China, and basically he reminds me of that movie Oliver with the kid walking up saying, "Please, sir, can I have some more?" Blinken's up there begging China not to spank the United States, because we're not projecting power. We're not showing strength. We're showing weakness. And this is all because the current administration supports the destruction of the United States and the emergence of a Chinese superpower. China right now has a lot of towns and villages in Africa that owe them, because they go there, they build these railroads to connect villages, and then they turn around and say, "Oh, well, now you owe us. We want this." Or we want that. And you got the Chinese supposedly having a military base in Western Canada. There's also stories that the Chinese have now, it's been confirmed, establishing a spy base in Cuba on the western side of the Cuban island. And there recently was a report of gunfire between 4 U.S. Navy ships and 2 Chinese military ships. I don't know how legit the story is, but it's out there. So, are things heating up? Are we looking at World War III? It's quite possible. Do you think that we can turn things around? Definitely. How do you think we could do this? You got to be strong. You can't show weakness in the face of your enemies. If you show weakness, then your enemy has something that they can go at you with, go against you. So I strongly recommend for this government, number one, stop decommissioning U.S. Navy ships. Build them up. Take some of our Navy ships that are currently going into mothballs and reverse the process and put them back out into the fleet. Our fleet is greatly depreciated. The Chinese have got over 400 ships. We have to be able to project power wherever we go. So it's pointless to put ships away and be smaller when the world needs a U.S. military that's stronger. I suggest building a base on Taiwan. We currently have an agreement with the Philippines to have joint bases for strategic values on 5 separate locations. Vietnam asked us if we would like to go back to Cam Bay. I would suggest that would be a smart move because the Chinese are messing with the Vietnamese too in regards to the disputed islands in the China Sea. So to form a link with Vietnam, Philippines, Taiwan, also to beef up our support on Guam, increase our military presence in South Korea and in Japan. It would be a good deterrent to get China to back off from their aspirations of global dominance, which in 1949 Mao Zedong said that China would dominate the world within 100 years, and it's been over 70 years already, and look how far they've come. So you have to understand something in the Chinese mindset. They think in long term, not short term. They will do whatever it takes for how long it takes to accomplish their goal. So if you know this in the very beginning, then you could plan accordingly to ensure that they are thwarted at every juncture. What happened was the Chinese, they got Hong Kong back, and look what they did to their own people in Hong Kong. The 100-year lease expires, Chinese military moved in, and they started busting heads and making people kowtow to the communist regime of China. That's what they have in store for every place that they plan on going. So I strongly recommend that, we stand up to them. And that's the only way you're going to accomplish anything. And maintain peace, because if they're afraid of us, they're not going to push the button, and peace is going to be maintained. I'll bet it's going to be an interesting peace, to say the least. However, peace is peace, and peace through superior firepower always seems to last the longest. All right, well, ICY out.